Stop. Do not scroll past this one. This did not reach you by accident, and it was not sent by any man. God routed it into your hands tonight, on purpose, at this exact hour. Chosen one, he is making a move right now, and it is going to leave you speechless. So do the one thing this moment is asking of you. Shut your mouth, go still, and watch. Because for years you have tried to force the breakthrough with your own hands and your own words, straining against a block you could never move, pushing toward a threshold you could never cross. And you are tired, in a way that goes deeper than sleep can reach. So hear this and let it land. This next move is not yours to make, it is his. It is so far beyond anything you could engineer, so unlike anything you have seen, that when it becomes visible you will have no words left, only awe. What has felt like standing still, waiting, doing nothing, was never you being stuck. You have been seated in the front row of a miracle already in motion, and the curtain is about to lift. Let me tell you what I am going to give you tonight, so you can hold it as we go. 3 things. First, you are going to understand what the move actually is, the specific thing God is doing right now that you could never have done yourself, and when you see it, the striving in you is going to finally rest. Second, you are going to understand why your only job now is to witness the move and not force it. Why awe, not effort, is the posture that receives it. And third, you are going to learn how to become still enough to actually see it when it becomes visible. Because a move, this quiet, can be missed by a mind too loud to notice it. Start with the part your spirit already knows. You are tired of pushing. Somewhere underneath the hope you still carry, there is an exhaustion from years of trying to make something happen that would not happen, no matter how hard you worked. You have prayed and strained and planned and forced, and the thing stayed just out of reach, and slowly a quiet despair moved in, the despair of a person who has done everything right and still cannot cross the line. If that is you, hear the first mercy of tonight. The reason it would not move by force is that it was never meant to be moved by your force. It was waiting for his. Because there is a kind of breakthrough that no amount of human effort can produce. You can build many things with your own hands, but some doors do not open to effort at all. They open only to a move that comes from above, in a moment you did not schedule, by a strength that is not yours. And the thing you have been straining against for years is exactly that kind of door. That is not bad news. That is the best news you have heard in a long time. It means your exhaustion was never proof of your failure. It was proof that you were pushing on a door only heaven could open. Before we go further, do one thing with what you are feeling. In the comments below, write the words, "I am watching," not "I am trying." I am watching. You are telling heaven that you are finally ready to stop forcing and start witnessing, to take your hands off the door and let God make his move. People who write that are not giving up. They are doing the hardest thing a striving soul can do. They are becoming still enough to receive. Put it down. Then come right back, because the next part is where I show you what the move actually is. And do not let the enemy twist this into passivity while you sit here. Being still and watching is not doing nothing. It is the most active thing your soul can do, because it takes more strength to take your hands off a door you have gripped for years than it does to keep pushing. Surrender is not weakness. It is the highest form of trust there is, and it is the one posture that has room for a miracle. Chosen one, let me show you what the move actually is, because a vague promise of good things changes nothing, but a move you can see, you can watch for. The move God is making is this. He is reaching into the exact place you have pushed against for years, the block you could never budge, and he is removing it himself from a direction you cannot reach, not helping you push harder, removing it. The thing you have organized your whole struggle around, the obstacle that defined your limits, he is about to take out of the way in a single motion. And the reason it will leave you speechless is that you will see, undeniably, that it was never going to move by your effort, and it moved anyway. Let me name it so you can feel it happening. What God is doing right now is not an improvement. It is not a slow, gradual, work harder change. It is a move, the move, a decisive act from above that shifts something you were powerless to shift. I am going to call it the move for the rest of this message, so that you learn to watch for it instead of straining for it. The move is the moment heaven does for you what you finally admitted you could not do for yourself. And that admission, that letting go, is not the end of your story. It is the doorway the move walks through. Now let me show you the marks of the person the move comes to, so you know this is you and not someone standing near you. The first mark is that you have tried everything. You are not lazy. You are the opposite. You have worked, prayed, planned, pushed, read, and tried until you had nothing left, and the thing still would not move. That is not the mark of a failure. That is the mark of a person who has finally reached the end of human effort, which is the exact place the move begins. The second mark is that somewhere recently you stopped being able to force it, not because you gave up, but because you simply ran out of the strength to keep pushing. And you have felt ashamed of that, as if the exhaustion were a moral failing. It is not. That emptying is the move making room. A hand that is still clenched cannot receive anything. God had to let your grip tire before he could place the thing you have been reaching for into an open palm. So carry the one sentence that holds all of this, even if you forget the rest. The breakthrough you strained to force was never yours to make. God is making a move right now that removes what you never could, and your only task is to fall speechless and watch it happen, because awe, not effort, is the posture that receives it. That is the whole message. Everything from here is me proving it to you until you can feel it is true. And if you feel something in you exhale reading that exhale is the point. That is years of striving finally being given permission to rest. Do not rush past it. Let your hands, for the first time in a long time, come off the door. And there is a third mark, the quietest one. Even in your exhaustion, a strange, stubborn expectation has refused to die. You have tried to bury it because hope that keeps getting disappointed feels dangerous, but it will not stay buried. Somewhere under all the tiredness, a part of you is still leaning forward, still half expecting that something is about to happen. That is not foolishness. That is your spirit sensing the move before your eyes can see it. Your hope has been more accurate than your circumstances this whole time, and it is about to be proven right. Notice what all three marks have in common. They are not the marks of a strong person about to force a win. They are the marks of a person who has come to the end of their own strength and is finally in the exact condition the move requires. God does not make this kind of move for the ones who still think they can do it themselves. He makes it for the ones who have run all the way out, because only an empty hand is an open hand. Your emptiness is not disqualifying you. It is qualifying you. Chosen one, now I am going to keep my first promise and show you why your effort could never move the thing, and why stillness can receive what striving repelled. Because once you see the mechanism, you will stop fighting the very posture the move requires. Here is the truth almost no one will tell you. Striving and receiving are two opposite states, and they cannot happen at the same time. When you are forcing, your whole system is clenched, braced, in control mode, gripping, and a clenched hand, however strong, cannot receive a gift. It can only grab, and some things cannot be grabbed. The breakthrough you have been reaching for is one of them. Every time you tried to seize it, The very act of seizing pushed it out of reach. The way trying to grab a floating leaf on water sends it away on the ripple of your own hand. Watch how precise this is. It was not that God was withholding, it was that your posture of force could not hold what he was offering. He was extending it the whole time, and your clenched, striving hand kept knocking it away without meaning to. This is why the harder you tried, the further it seemed to go. You were not failing to earn it. You were, with the best intentions, repelling it with the effort itself. The striving was sincere. It was also the exact thing standing between you and the move. And here is why awe changes everything. When you fall into genuine awe, when something so far beyond you appears that your striving simply stops, your hand unclenches on its own. You are not gripping anymore. You are receiving. Awe is the one human state where the hand is fully open because you have seen something too large to control, and control has fallen away. That is why God is making a move that leaves you speechless. The speechlessness is not a side effect, it is the mechanism. In the instant awe takes your words, it also takes your grip. And for the first time, your hand is open enough to receive the very thing your effort kept pushing away. Let the relief of that reach all the way down. Every time you wondered why the breakthrough fled the harder you chased it, this is why. It was never that you were unworthy. It was never that God was distant. It was that a grabbing hand and a receiving hand are opposites, and you had been trying to receive a gift with the posture of a fist. Tonight, the fist is opening, not by more effort, but by awe, and the move is going to walk right into the open hand you finally have. If that landed, mark it, because a truth felt and not acted on closes the hand again. In the comments, write the words, "My hands are open." You are declaring that the striving is over, that you are done grabbing, that you are ready to receive the move instead of forcing it. Write it and feel your own hands, wherever they are, soften and open as you do. And hear what this does to the fear that has haunted you, the fear that maybe you missed your chance, that the breakthrough passed you by while you were failing to force it. You did not miss it. It could not come while you were grabbing, and now that your hand is finally opening, it is right on time. The years of striving were not wasted years in which the gift expired. They were the years it took to wear down a grip that had to loosen before you could receive. Nothing was lost. The very exhaustion you regret is what finally opened your hand. The timing is not late. The timing is the moment your fist became a palm. Chosen one. If part of you still cannot believe that your job is simply to be still and watch, that surely you must do something, let me take you to a moment heaven recorded for exactly this, for exactly you. Picture Israel at the edge of the sea. Behind them, the most powerful army on earth was thundering toward them, closing fast. In front of them, an impossible expanse of water with no way across. They were trapped completely in a situation no human effort could solve. They could not fight the army. They could not part the water. Every option a striving mind could produce was already exhausted, and they were terrified, crying out, certain they were about to die between an army and a sea. And listen to what their leader said to them in that impossible moment. Do not be afraid. Stand still and see the salvation of the Lord. The Lord will fight for you, and you need only to be still. Read those words slowly, because they are being spoken over your life tonight. Stand still. You need only to be still. In the single most desperate moment of their history, when every instinct screamed, do something, the instruction from heaven was the opposite. Stop. Be still, and watch me make a move you could never make. And then, the move came. The waters that no human hand could divide split open, and a path appeared where there had been no path, and a people who could do nothing but watch walked through the middle of an impossibility on dry ground. They did not build the path. They did not earn it. They did not force it. They stood still, and they witnessed the salvation of the Lord, and it left them speechless for the rest of their lives. The greatest deliverance in their history required from them exactly one thing: that they stop trying and watch God move. Catch what this means for you: the sea in front of you, the block you could never move, the army of pressures at your back. All of it is the same trap Israel stood in, and the instruction over your life is the same. You need only to be still. Not because stillness is easy. It is the hardest thing in the world when everything is screaming at you to act. But because the move that is coming is not one your hands can make, and the only posture that does not get in its way is the stillness that watches. And hear the part that heals the loneliness of your long struggle. God did not rebuke them for being unable to part the sea. He never expected them to. He knew from the beginning it was his move to make, not theirs, and he was not disappointed that they could not do the impossible. He simply asked them to stand still and let him. So stop condemning yourself for failing to force what was never yours to force. God is not disappointed that you could not move the block. He never asked you to. He asked you to be still and watch him do it. And the same voice that spoke over the sea is the one that routed this message to you tonight, saying the same thing over your impossible place. Stand still. Watch me move. And notice one more thing about that day at the sea. After the move, they were never the same. The people who walked through the parted water carried a certainty for the rest of their lives that some things are simply not theirs to do, and that the God who fights for them is real. The move did not only change their circumstance, it changed their identity. They stopped being slaves who had to earn every scrap through desperate effort and became a people who had witnessed deliverance with their own eyes. That is what the move does in you too. It does not only remove the block, it rewrites the striving, exhausted identity you have carried and gives you back the quiet confidence of someone who has actually seen God move on their behalf. Chosen one, I know the objection rising in you, because it rises in every faithful person who hears this. You are thinking, but surely I cannot just do nothing. That feels irresponsible. That feels like laziness. There must be something I am supposed to do. It is an honest fear, and I am going to answer it clearly, because the misunderstanding here is what keeps most people striving right through their own miracle. Being still is not doing nothing. It is doing the one thing that is actually yours to do, which is to stop interfering with the move. There is a difference between passive collapse and active stillness. Passive collapse is giving up, going numb, walking away. Active stillness is staying fully present, fully awake, fully expectant, with your hands off the door. It is the alert, watching quiet of someone in the front row of a miracle, not the slumped quiet of someone who has quit. God is not asking you to disappear. He is asking you to witness, and witnessing is a real and demanding act. So let me show you how to be still without the anxiety that usually fills the silence. The anxiety comes because your striving mind cannot stand not controlling the outcome, and the moment you stop forcing, it panics and tries to grab the wheel again. So we are going to give it something to do that is not forcing. We are going to have it watch. Bring your attention down out of your racing thoughts and into your body. Feel your feet, feel your breath. And now, instead of trying to solve anything, simply watch. Watch your breath come and go without managing it. This is the posture in miniature. You are present, you are alert, and you are not controlling. That is active stillness, and your body can learn it in seconds. Now let us make it real for the move. Picture the block, the thing you have pushed against for years, standing in front of you. For your whole life you have had your shoulder against it, straining. Tonight, in your mind, take your shoulder off it. Step back, open your hands, and let them hang loose at your sides, and simply watch it, the way you would watch a sunrise, with nothing to do but see. Feel how strange it is to face the block without pushing. Feel the fear that says it will never move if you stop, and then watch anyway, because the move was never waiting on your shoulder. It was waiting for you to step back far enough to let a larger hand reach it. Rest one hand on your chest and feel its warmth, and let this be the posture you carry out of tonight. Whenever the panic rises, whenever the striving mind lunges for the wheel, you place your hand here. You open the other hand, and you say inside, "I am watching, not working." This one is his. That single motion, repeated, is what keeps you still long enough to see the move when it comes. Most people miss their miracle because they grab the wheel back one moment too soon. You will not, because now you know that watching is the work. And let me name the voice that will try to pull you back to the wheel, because naming it strips its power. It will not sound like the enemy. It will sound like responsibility. It will say, "A wise person would be doing something right now. You are being foolish just standing here. Take control before it is too late." It will feel like maturity. It is not. It is the striving reflex, terrified of not being in charge, dressing itself up as wisdom to get your hands back on the door. From tonight, when that voice comes, wearing the mask of responsibility, you will know its real name. It is the fist, afraid to stay open. And you will keep your hand on your chest, your other hand loose, and you will let the voice pass without obeying it. You do not have to argue with it. You only have to outlast it, one open-handed breath at a time, until the move becomes visible and the striving is silenced by awe. Chosen one, you might be asking the practical question now. If being still and watching is the posture, then how does a striving mind like mine, one that has forced things for years, actually become quiet enough to see a move this subtle? It is exactly the right question, because the truth is, most people cannot go still on command. The striving is not just a habit. It runs deeper than the will. Here is the principle first. The compulsion to force, to grab the wheel, to keep pushing, does not live in your decisions. It lives on a deeper floor, the oldest layer of your nervous system, the one that runs before you are even aware. That is why you cannot simply decide to be still and have it hold. The moment your guard drops, the deep striving reflex fires again, and your hand is back on the door. So the real question is not, how do I try harder to be still? It is, how do I reach the floor where the striving actually lives and let it finally rest, so that stillness stops being a battle and becomes my natural state long enough to see the move? And this is where something quietly remarkable enters the story. There is a neurologist in New York, a man named Dr. Daniel Barone, who spent his career studying why some minds can settle into deep, clear stillness while most stay locked in restless striving, unable to quiet down no matter. He was not looking for anything spiritual. He was studying the brain, and what he found lined up almost uncomfortably with what people of faith have always known. The restless mind is a disconnection. The two halves of the brain, the one that rests and the one that drives, fall out of rhythm. And when they lose their sync, the driving half runs unchecked, and true stillness becomes almost impossible to reach by willpower alone. From that work came a simple thing, an 8-minute sequence of sound, engineered to bring the two halves back into rhythm, so that the striving finally quiets and a genuine, alert stillness becomes possible without forcing it. You wear headphones, you close your eyes, and for 8 minutes you do absolutely nothing. You do not strive, you do not push. You simply let it work beneath your awareness, which is, if you notice, the exact posture of the move. It is called the genius switch, and it is the front row stillness made practical. 8 minutes of doing nothing while a